Hey everyone, welcome to Nim's Choco Fantasy. Today I'll be sharing with you a tutorial on how I decorated this cartoon cake with fondant. There were two cakes which my client ordered in two different themes and they wanted it in a single cake board. Baked a marble cake, cut it in the middle. I'm not showing you the entire process as I have already done this in my previous videos. Now I am going to fill and frost the cake. You might have noticed that I have not put any ganache on the cake board to stick the cake onto it. That's because I'll be transferring this cake onto another cake board after decoration. Here I am filling and frosting this cake using dark chocolate ganache. If you are new to my channel, please click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so that you will get notification whenever I upload a new video. Once I cut the cake, I put a mark with the chocolate ganache so that I can place the top portion aligned with the bottom portion like this. Now I am applying a thin layer of chocolate ganache on the sides and top of the cake. This is what we call crumb coating. We don't need to put a thick layer of chocolate ganache for this cake because we'll be covering this with fondant. Now I'll be using a scraper to evenly spread the chocolate ganache on the sides and on the top so that we get a neat finish on the cake. Keep this in the fridge for some time till you roll out the fondant to drape on the cake. For this I'm using a light yellow fondant. Roll it to approximately 1/4 inch thickness. Now take out the cake from the fridge and brush little bit of water on the sides and on the top of the cake so that the fondant will stick onto the cake. Place a rolling pin in the middle of the rolled fondant. This will be easier for you to lift it up and place it on the cake. Use your hand to smoothen the top of the cake and remove any air bubbles stuck underneath. Now that the top is smooth, start working the top half of the cake. Smooth the fondant all around with your hands by lightly pulling on the bottom edge of the fondant while pressing in a downward motion with your other hand. Continue this process until the fondant is smooth all around the cake with no wrinkles or folds. Smooth all the sides with a fondant smoother. Using a sharp knife and holding it flat against the cake, trim away the excess fondant. You might see that this cake is not so neat towards the bottom, but I am not worried about that because I'll be putting a border around the cake and this won't be seen outside. I am rolling out blue fondant to create a drip effect on this cake. I am placing the same size of the cake tin in which the cake was baked, placed it towards the center, and now I am cutting out drips. The cake tin kept in the center will give you a guideline as to how much you have to cut towards inside. Once you're happy with the cutout, just rub your finger all through the cuts to make it smooth. Gently place it on top of the cake. This will give you a drip effect on the cake. Isn't it looking beautiful? Now brush little bit of water on the top edge of the cake and place a thinly rolled black fondant like this. Decorate as shown in the video. The topper that you see here is also made with fondant. Now I am placing a candle. This is also made with fondant. This is the border that I gave with white fondant and black outline. The black outline that we give using fondant creates an illusion and it resembles an object from an animated cartoon. So that's it guys. Hope you liked today's video. See you again in the next video with more yummy recipes and tutorials. Till then, bye bye.